welcome to another episode of Running Red with the Filbin Files. I'm Filbin, your host. I've been working through the quest book here, and I've made quite a bit of that one, this one. Can I kill these? So yeah, that's cool. I have made orbs. Okay, this one. I've made significant progress on the quests here. I recorded most of it, but narrate it because I figured I would just do Speedy Gonzales time lapse of a bunch of it, and then I'll do another walkthrough and I show you what's what, and where we stand and where we're going to go for the next episode. Okay, so enjoy the fast play. So that brought you up to speed quite a bit on where we've gotten with a lot of this. I've finished a number of these quests. Did the blood runes, built ourselves Dagger of Sacrifice, Redstone, worked our way up to some machine frames and servos. Actually, this one here, there's quite a bit here. A bunch of this stuff. Eventually, you get to where you have a accumulator hanging out in the water. It generates water really, really quick. One of the nice things about this world also is, aha, infinite water. Have to worry about accidentally using too much if I want to just grab a bucket here, whatever. I will say that the aqueous accumulator took a while. When it's just sitting in the air, it's really slow gathering. So it took a while to get to that first bucket. I put the first bucket down in the... It went a tiny bit faster, I think, and I put the second bucket in and then managed to turn it to this real quick. And so now it generates water quick. Or I'm using it to make stone. I could use cobblestone, but then I'd have to throw the cobblestone in the furnace to make the stone, and I need more stone at the moment than anything else. So it uses water. If you do the cobblestone, it doesn't use either one of these, it just needs them. If you use the stone, it needs water, and if you use obsidian, it uses up the lava, which is fine. Just kind of chunk along here, watch the water drop down, fill back up, Nader keeps up with it, no problem. I have adjusted how things are laid out here, so now I've got big portable tanks here, things topped off. I come over here once in a while and there's just enough mobs to kind of kill them off, keep everything full and topped off. I made myself a divination sigil so I can see how much is actually in the altar. I have put a rune of sacrifice here, which ups the amount of essence I get from the mobs by 10%. I think it was 10%. That's kind of where the math came out. I changed one of the blood runes out for a speed rune, so things process a little bit quicker, and I'm going to continue adding those in as I can. I have sugarcane here growing for books. The books and the sugar. I need the sugar for the speed rune, and I need the books for the bookshelves here. So I'm going to continue making the shelves here so I can enchant things. I have made storage here. No, okay. There. That's what I want. I have made. I've got the sigil of the Green Grove. I've got a lava signal, and I made a water sigil so I can make water and lava willy-nilly now, depending on how much I have in my network here, which is currently at 17,000. I saw some... Just click this and get... Alright, fine. Leave it there. I also have here, this one is the divination signal. Yeah, that one. I'm just started kind of straightening out some of the storage here, so I'm putting all the armor and the weapons here. Shouldn't throw them. My copper is full because I keep getting them in a quest. Let's see, what else? What else to show you? Oh, great. I've started working on my tier E altar here. Here's the bottom. It's all blood runes at the moment. I will, after I get the tier 3 going, make things a little to generate, I will update a bunch of those to augmented storage and speed and sacrifice and all of that. So it looks like I'm one away from that, but I'm actually a little further away than I wanted. Go to the tier 3 little stands, corners. Gotta top them off with glowstone. The second one will go. So I need some glowstone in each of the corners, and I have two ways to get that. First is the first way is I can work on a mob grinder, witches that are out there on that other, which is not. It's out there. There it goes. So the witches that are out there, I could work on a mob grinder for that. However, I also got a quest here that had me make obsidian. I made the obsidian, and then I go here, Bane of the Devil. I get to go to the Nether. So I'm gonna make going to the Nether one whole episode of itself because I suck at fighting, and I suspect it will be relatively dangerous unless this thing happens to actually drop me off right next to where it wants me to go. Silly of me to expect. And I'm going to have to travel through the Nether a bit, and that can kind of be fun depending on what it's like. Let's see what else. Okay. Oh, to make the glass divination sigil, I needed to make sand. To make sand, I needed to make it in this guy. Take your blood orb and you stick it in there. Put cobblestone and gunpowder. Get gravel. I did. Sand. So yeah, cobblestone, gunpowder, get the sand. The interesting one is the flint. To make the flint and steel, to light the portal, I needed flint. To get flint, you need flint. So I said, okay, well, we'll go back to the old-fashioned way. And we'll make the gravel. So we'll make gravel. Gravel, stone, and gunpowder and get gravel. Took a shovel to it a bunch of times until I got it. So if you want gravel, you start with stone. Sand, you start with cobblestone. Kind about it. I've just been kind of working my way back and forth. This stuff. Oh wait, I know. I added a vacuum hopper, which grabs the experience and grabs the items and dumps them off. The items are all going here. Things have fallen in. I've been doing some work here. And I'm also XP, and my XP is full. Yes, hit me. Right. So yeah, I gotta figure out what to do with the XP. Before I went and enchanted all my armor here, and a couple of my weapons, I was actually up to level 4. So there's that. Got that going. I got good supply of blood. It's pretty easy to top that guy off. This is topped off. I did have one issue here. Keeps coming back. See if I take this one off, I'll be able to see it. So there is back there a cover from microblocks. If I don't have that there, these guys hang out here and they start wandering around out here and really kind of making a nuisance of themselves. I had to put a cover there. I experimented with a couple things, and what finally did it was putting a cover right there. Just cover that up, make it look so there. So yeah, that's where I'm at. That will wrap up this episode. Episode will be climbing into the nether. I'm going to get myself ready, and I'm gonna clean out my inventory. I got pretty decent armor here. You can see I'm also up a few heart canisters here, so we're doing there. I have to be really careful though when I go out there because deselect that. There we go. I have one life left. Die. So yeah, monster, couple falling in the one fall. Quiet chooses. So anyway, very careful and very cautious. Probably slow and boring when, but I'm gonna record it anyway. Heck. Right? So, thank you for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time.